so come onto your yoga mat. You will need today a couple of yoga blocks, just one or two. If you've not got one, as always, cookbooks work really, really well. Stack a couple up, or if you haven't, you can, use Harry Potter, or any books that you have work good. Okay, so if you've not one of those, quickly go grab something that you can use, and then we're just going to take a couple of rounds of breath. So whenever you're ready, hands on your lap, maybe you close your eyes, roll your shoulders back and down, and just take one really big breath in. So breathe in through your nose, all the way to the top, feel your lungs and your belly expand, and then take a really big breath out. There you go again, take a big breath in. This time breathe in a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Take a little pause at the top, and then slowly let it out. One more like that, breathe in. Breathe in, 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 breathe in. Last little sip of air at the top. Stay calm for a pause, and then slowly breathe all the way out. Blink open your eyes. Bring your hands down by your sides and bring them into fists. So your arms want to be really stable, so that we're kind of stabilizing from the shoulders down. So nothing else is going to move apart from the neck. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull everything down, and then pull your chin towards your chest, as if you could bring your chin in as much as you can. Nothing else moves. You're going to slide your chin across your left collarbone until you're looking over your left shoulder. Okay, left ear comes to left shoulder, like a side stretch to the right hand side. And then a little circle back. You don't want to feel any tension, so make the circle a bit smaller if you need to. Right ear, right shoulder. Chin to right shoulder, like you're looking over it, and then slide your chin back to your chest. And we'll go in the opposite direction. So chin to right shoulder, ear to right shoulder. Circle the head all the way around, left ear, left shoulder. Chin to left shoulder, chin to chest. One more in the opposite direction. Well, same again. Chin to left shoulder, ear to left shoulder. Circle your head all the way around, right ear, right shoulder. Chin to right shoulder, and chin to chest. Reverse. Chin to right shoulder, ear to right shoulder. Head circles around, left ear, left shoulder. Chin to left shoulder, and come back to center. Okay, similar. So we did this last week. You're gonna kneel up. This time you're gonna bring your hands across your body. Curl yourself in, take a big breath in. This time the stillness comes from the waist. So everything from the waist is like glued to where it is. And then curl yourself in, elbows crunch in. And then you're gonna twist to the left. Side bend to the left. So you're lifting up into the right set of ribs, and then circle all the way around, side bend to the right, twist to the right, and come back to center. Do the opposite. So twist to the right, side bend to the right, lift into the left ribs, curl into the right, and then circle all the way around to the left, side bend to the left, twist to the left, and come back to center. One more. Twist to the left, side bend to the left. Circle all the way around, right set of ribs crunch down, twist to the right, and come back in, twist to the right, side bend to the right. Circle round, legs stay nice and stable, side bend to the left, twist to the left, and come back to center and lift yourself back up. Okay, from here, arms are gonna come out in front of you, but they're more like a wide than they are like straight, so a little bit of a turn out. Take a breath in. On your exhale, pull your arm bones back into their sockets. So really squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. And then you're going to do the opposite. So hands are either like in fists or fingers are glued together, but you're going to begin to send the arms forward as if you were hugging a big ball and you're trying to spread the shoulder blades wide on your back so nothing else is moving apart from the shoulders. Let's go again. So squeeze the shoulder blades in, and then round and send the arm bones forward. One more. Squeeze the shoulder blades in, and send the arm bones forward. Good. Okay, come back to kneeling down. Sorry, I should have said, if kneeling down is not comfortable for you, sit yourself on a few blocks or on your bum, that's totally fine. Okay, spin your right palm so it faces up, and then I want you to spin the palm up as much as it can, so almost as if you were trying to like spin the arm bone over to the right hand side. Okay, and then slice it across you a little bit. Okay, from here, keep this and take your arm all the way up. Nothing else is moving, so we're not coming into a big back bend, we're trying to stay where we are. You're going to begin to bring your hand back as if you were trying to high five the back wall. You'll get to a point where you can't go any further, and then you're going to begin to spin your palm. So you're going to begin to face your palm forward. And then it's like you're doing a big backstroke. You keep spinning your palm until your hand is facing back behind you and your palm, the back of your hand is on your bum. And then we'll reverse. So palm staying facing towards the back wall, move your arm as far back behind you as it'll go without moving anything else. When you get stuck, then begin to spin the palm back towards the right. Keep spinning the palm until eventually you're all the way back to where you started. We're going to do one more. So give that arm a good shake. Palm comes out in front. Spin the palm up towards the sky as much as you can. Really think about this coming from the shoulder, so like upper arm bone spinning. And then slice the arm across you. Bring the arm up towards the sky as far as it will go, and it won't go any further. Big, big backstroke until your palm is facing the other way, and then you're going to bring the back of the hand to your bum. Reverse. Hand goes back behind you, like you're going to give the back wall a high five. When it won't go any further, begin to spin your palm over towards the right. Big circle until you're back to where you started. One more time on the left. So left palm faces up. Spin the palm up towards the sky as much as you can. Think about the movement coming from the left arm bone. And that little slice across yourself, and then begin to bring your arm up towards the sky. When you can't go any further, you're giving that back wall a high five. Begin to spin the palm over to the left. Big backstroke motion with the left arm. Try not to spin to the left hand side, so really, really ground where you are, and bring the back of the hand to the bum. Reverse, hand goes back behind you. When it won't go any further, begin to spin your palm open, so you're opening, externally rotating that left shoulder until you come all the way back to where you began. Give it a shake. One more. Palm spins up. Spin as much as you can and slice it across you. Arm comes up towards the sky. When it won't go any further without you twisting or moving or bending the elbow, begin to backstroke. So spin the palm towards the left. Big, big circle. Try and pin that left shoulder forward. Maybe the circle will have to be a bit bigger than you want it to be. And then we'll reverse. So the left hand goes back behind you. When it won't go any further, begin to spin the palm to the left and big, big circle all the way forward until you're back to where you started. Good. Okay, we're going to do a circuit today. So I'm going to set up my timer on here. Oh, she says. There we go. So we're going to do a circuit for strength. I'm going to take my jumper off because I'm going to need to. So we've done these movements before, we did them last week, but we're just kind of, I guess, making it a bit harder so that when we do it, we're progressing. So I'll go through the 3 movements that we're going to do. We're going to do four rounds. We're going to do only 3 movements, but 4 rounds of these 3 movements. So your first movement is going to be a forearm plank. So palms together for this one, elbows wide. And then you're going to extend your legs back behind you. So we've done this before. You want to round into the shoulder blade, send your heels back, squeeze your bum. Imagine that you're pulling your elbows towards your toes and your toes towards your elbows. Really press and round. You might even look back towards your toes to slightly round the upper back more. If you want to challenge yourself, because we are doing this for 4 rounds, if you want to go for single arm on these, feel free. So maybe you'll do round 1, and then swap, round 2, and then round 3, and then round 4, you get my drift. That might be what you choose to do, that's fine. Our second exercise, again we did this last week, is going to be those hovering tabletops. But we're going to add a little element. So we're going to come from plank. So from plank, we're going to bend the elbows and the knees. And then we're going to straighten. Bend the elbows and the knees, and then really push into the ground to straighten. If that's too much for you, and you want to keep your knees down the entire time, totally fine. Our final exercise are going to be those dolphin head taps. So you'll remember if you did last week's class, you're going to grab your block. If you've not got a block, you can bring your palms together or bring those hands around a book. From here, we're kind of squeezing the block in. You're then going to round your upper back, so really dome that space between the shoulder blades, tuck your toes lift your hips. Take a breath in and a breath out. Then on your inhale, head taps towards the block. Exhale, push away. Inhale, exhale. If you need to rest at any point, please just take a rest and join back in when you feel ready. We are going to rest obviously between exercises anyway. We're going to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. I'm going to do, as I said, 4 rounds. So I'll start the timer. We've got 27 seconds for me to waffle before we begin. As I say, if anything gets too hard, take it down a level. If it's too easy, take it up a notch, move a little bit faster. You've got 10 seconds before we begin. So the first exercise is that plank. So if you just get yourself ready, palms together. We'll go for 3, 2, 1 in your plank. So if you want to do this, 2 arms, you're tucking your chin, rounding the space between your shoulder blades. If you would prefer to do this single arm, remember you can always change your mind. Left hand presses down, right arm reaches back. Wherever you are, you have tension. So you're pressing through the toes, you're pressing through the left forearm or the right forearm. You're pressing your fingertips back behind you or both forearms into the ground. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, come down, rest, good. Okay, in between rounds, child's pose is totally fine. If you'd rather take a proper child's pose than do, if you want to just kneel at the back of your mat like I am, I prefer like head above heart, so just kind of feel free to come into this. You've got 10 more seconds rest before we go into our second exercise, which are those hovering tabletops. So when you're ready, we'll go for 3, 2, come into plank, 1. So you're going to bend elbows, bend knees. Push the ground away. Bend elbows, bend knees. Push the ground away. Remember, if you need to, you can always just drop your knees and just do the elbows. Good, you're halfway. Pressing the ground away. Really push. Be quite explosive if you can. Really work through your triceps. Feel the grip of the ground on the floor. You've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. I might have slightly overcounted on that one. You did an extra 3 seconds. Well done. Okay. Last exercise of our first round are those dolphin head taps. So you're going to grab your block or your book, or you're just going to bring your palms together. You've got 10 more seconds to rest. Hands come around the block. Grip it with your fingers if you would like to. Come into your dolphin pose. Remember, round and then lift, and we'll begin. So tap. Exhale, push back up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, you're halfway. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Inhale. Push away. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. First round complete. We are going to do 3 more rounds in total. Pop your block out of the way. We're back onto the forearm plank. So again, either both elbows down, or if you want to go single arm, do it the opposite way around to the last time. So last time I had left elbow down, right hand back behind me, so I'm going to swap over, or you're just doing elbow. 5 seconds, so when you're ready, get ready. 3, 2, 1. Set up for your forearm plank wherever you are. Now, really think about pushing the ground away with that elbow. So you're pushing the forearm down into the ground. Send your heels back, your heart forward. If you're single arm, try not to twist. Try really to kind of pull the left hip bone down. Extend through those left fingertips if your right elbow is on the floor. You've got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 30 seconds rest. $20 seconds. So this time when you're in your plank and you're coming to the hovering, try as little as possible. I didn't do a very good example of it last time. To try as little as possible to move the shoulders. Sometimes it's kind of easy to really rock. So really try and stay as stable as possible. Okay, plank. We'll go. So from here, bend elbows, bend knees, then come back up. But we're not like swinging back, almost like really bending into the knees. Let everything move at one time. Good. Explosive with the elbows. Maybe inhales bring you down, exhales push you back up. You've got 10 seconds. When you get tired, try and keep it just as controlled, even if you need to slow down the movement. 4, 3, 2, and rest. 1. Good job. Dolphin plank, dolphin plank, dolphin head taps. 20 seconds rest left, so grab your block, your book, whatever you used. If you use nothing, you don't need anything. Okay, 12 seconds. You got 10 more seconds, so set yourself up. Bring your hands around your block or your palms together. Find that kind of round between your shoulders. Really press down through the outside edges of your arms, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Dolphin taps, inhale. Down, exhale up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, keep going. You've got 15 seconds left. Go, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest on 1. Good. Okay. Trying to decide whether we should do 2 rounds or 1 more round to make sure we've got enough time to hold on to do some pop-ups. Let's just do 1 more round. So if you've been doing single arms on your plank, you can do both arms this time. That'll give us some more time to do our wall holds at the end of the class. Okay, both forearms down, tuck your toes, straight into plank. So now this is your last round. I really want you to work hard. So press down through the outside edges of your arms. Find that doming between your shoulder blades. Maybe you look back towards your toes, check your lower belly is lifted. Try not to stick your bum up. If it is, tuck it down, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs. We're here for another 10. Remember to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, sit back. Next exercise is the hovering tabletops. So when you're ready, come into plank. You've got 15 seconds left of your rest. Hands down, index fingers forward. Extend your legs back behind you. Take a big breath in. And then when you're ready, exhale, bend elbows and bend knees. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up. Good. I'm going the other way. Exhale, come back up. Inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale. Exhale, push. Good. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, and rest on 1. I feel like I think my elbows were really close to the floor, but they were probably really far away. Okay, last exercise here before we move on to something a little bit different. Grab your block if you have got one, your book, whatever you are using. You've got 15 seconds rest left. Last 10, we'll come into dolphin. Hands on either side of the block, press your elbows down around that space between your shoulder blades, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and when you're ready, we're gonna go, tap your head. Exhale, push back up, inhale. Push back up, exhale, inhale. Exhale, push back up, inhale. Exhale, push back up, good, keep going. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, but don't come down on 1, hold it. Press the outside edges of your elbows down, dome the space between your shoulder blades. Hold for 5, keep pressing down, keep pressing down, keep pressing down. Round, 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 3, 2, come down. 1. Good job. Okay, so take a second to rest, and whilst you rest, I will explain what we're going to do next. So the next part of our practice is going to be about hopping up into forearm stand if it's something that you're not that confident with, or Maybe you've never done it before, or maybe you feel like you definitely can't find balance in the middle of the room. So often the reason that it can feel so difficult is because we really like chuck ourselves up, or we have like a really, really big back bend. So what I want to work on today is finding the shape and kind of trying to see it as more of like a lean to find balance than it is about like forcing yourself up. I have been taught that, and it definitely makes sense, it's definitely true, the more force that you put into it, the more force you put into that kick up, the more force is going to be required to stop. Like the stronger brakes that you're going to have to put on, it's going to be a lot harder. So we want to kind of make that movement as small as we can. So carry on resting, but what we're going to do is you're going to take one of your blocks. Now you can take two, but the problem with two is that when they're on top of each other, they can sometimes feel a bit wobbly and a bit unstable. One doesn't tend to have the same thing. So you can always take it a little bit higher, but it's going to go a little bit more wobbly. You can go for two if you feel like it. You can even do this on a chair. Okay, so you're going to come, if you feel like you need it and you want to come near a wall, I never have a problem with coming near a wall. It depends when eventually you need to stop using it, but for the point of today, totally fine. So you're going to come into dolphin like we've been doing, and this block is going to be kind of in between where your feet would be for dolphin. So hands down, press the heel of your hands together, find what we do. So around the space between the shoulder blades, press your elbows down, and then you'll come into dolphin. Now from dolphin, you're going to step your feet up onto your block. So your feet are now higher. So from here, you're going to raise your right leg or your left leg or whichever leg you want to kick up on. And then you're going to just have a little play with bending and straightening your standing leg and seeing what that feels like. So this bending and straightening is your push, right? So from here, when I straighten my leg, that's where the force is coming from. It's not this big kick up and swing, it's this standing leg. So as I bend my standing leg, I straighten my standing leg, little push, come back down. Maybe you go as far as you can find some balance. Maybe you find the wall if that's where you're at, and then when you're ready, you come back down. I hope that makes sense. Now, this is definitely going to be something that you want to do in your own time, and you can have a really, really long play at it. But for the sake of today, what we'll do is we'll do one side and then the other. You're gonna have a side, we all have a side, it's totally fine, but I really want to encourage you to try and do both. Okay, so let's do one side, take a little rest, do the other side, and then we'll come back up. Okay, so elbows down, palms together, round the space between the shoulder blades, come into your dolphin pose. When you're in your dolphin pose, step your feet up onto your block. Try and make sure you feel comfortable here. So if you've stepped a bit too far in, you'll find that the block begins, like your dolphin's a bit close. Your block swings like mine is doing right now. So then in that case, you might want to just take your block back a little bit. Okay. From here, raise your right leg. Press into the elbows, bend and straighten the left leg a couple of times. And then when you're ready, maybe press off a little bit, lift. Maybe you find the wall, maybe you find balance. Who knows? And then come back down. Drop the knees, sit on your block, take a rest. Now if you only got to the bending and the straightening, totally fine. You're beginning to create the pattern that you need to create. You are also beginning to create a hell of a lot of strength. Like, it requires a lot to be able to do that. So be really kind to yourself. If you're like, I'm not going anywhere, that's fine, but we all have to start somewhere. This is your beginning. Okay. Let's do the left-hand side. So same, elbows are going to come down. You're going to open the space between the shoulder blades, put your feet up on the block. Pick your left leg up this time, bend and straighten the right leg a couple of times. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you bend the right leg, you kick off the right leg. You find the wall. Maybe you find balance. Press out of the elbows and come back down. Good. Okay. Take a big breath in. Take a really big breath out. We are going to finish our hard work today before we have a quick stretch with one hold. The hold, what that hold looks like is completely up to you. So if you would like that to be a dolphin hold, take a dolphin hold. If you want to find a hole against the wall, or where you're kind of like tapping and balancing and tapping and balancing, great. If you would rather do what we did last week, where you came to the wall and you did that L shape and you spun around and you did that little dolphin against the wall, and then you stepped up and your feet were on the wall, and that is the place that you want to be, then you're going to go for that. If full forearm stand is in your practice and you want to stay there, you're going to stay there. We're going to do probably only about like 10 seconds, but 10 seconds can seem like quite a long time. If you want to do what we've just been working on the little hops, feel free to do that for 10 seconds. Okay, so last little bit. Wherever you want to be, maybe palms together, maybe you've come to the wall now and you're doing that L shape against the wall. I've repeated myself enough times. Wherever you want to be for your hold for this last little bit of work, when you are ready, kick up. And we'll hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep pressing out of the ground. 3, 2, and then on 1. Come back down and rest. Lovely. Okay. Stand up. Take a big breath in. And a really big breath out. Okay. Bring your right arm up to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, side bend over towards the left. And then like someone's got hold of your right hand, they're pulling you all the way down. Come into a ragdoll. Bend the knees and roll all the way back up. Inhale, arms lift to the sky. Exhale, side bend, right hand drops, left arm lifts over. And then, like someone's got hold of the left hand, they pull you all the way down. And roll all the way back up. Inhale, arms to the sky. This time as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and then pull your hands down towards the ground, lift your chest up. Little softness in your knees, softness in your elbows. And come all the way down. Maybe the arms hang really, really heavy. Maybe your arms are like mine and they're really, really tight. Just a couple more breaths here. And then release. Come down to seated. Cross your legs. Bring one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your heart. If this isn't comfortable and you'd rather have your legs extended or be sat on a block, then do. Let's take one last breath together. Big breath in. Full breath out. Good job. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.